Number two, our choices. Our choices. 1 Samuel chapter 2 verse 3. Our choices are what God used to evaluate actions. I'm talking about what makes men to be valuable to God. Number one, assignment. Number two, our choices. You know, sometimes when you look at the scriptures, you will see that two people will do the same thing, and God will kill one, God will kill the other one. Have you noticed it? The matter of Miriam and Moses, was it only Miriam that misbehaved? Who also misbehaved by himself? Why did Aaron have leprosy? Choices. Now, if you see that matter, you will notice that it began from Miriam. And Miriam began to talk about Moses because Miriam is the elder sister. So this is the time to show. Ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀ ló jẹ́ yẹn. Tó o bá gbàgbọ́ mo máa sọ fún ẹ, èmi ni mo gbé ẹsẹ̀ gbé odò tí wọ́n fi rí ọ yẹn. Bí o bá sí ní olè wà láyé mo ṣe. Ikú tí ń retí ẹ kó o ká tó bí ọ. Mo mọ nǹkan ó wá gba ìpè wá sọ kàtàkàtà. Kàtàkàtà. And God came and said, sure. Don't you just be afraid small to speak. Not God even call him Moses, said my servant. Aaron was just giving a jasa. As Miriam was saying, Miriam was saying, I think you are right. Amen. So when God finished dealing with Miriam, he left that veil. Do you know what Paul did to the church in those days? As anointed as Stephen was, he died on behalf of the record of Saul, Paul. He killed men of God, threw them in prison, pursued them anyhow. And the Christians were praying, God, arise, let your enemy be scattered. And I thought that God would just send his son for heaven and kill him the same way he killed King Herod. Now I King Herod. There was no burial ceremony for King Herod. He died now. He died now. Margot now. He rotten now. The next thing we saw was who now. There has never been a fast track record of death like that in history. He was talking 1 minute ago, the next 1 minute now bones. And what did he say, sir? This is God talking, not a man. That was a show. And there was a man that was killing the servant of God. And I was expecting that Saul should die. You know what Jesus did? He went and gave him a welcome visit on the way to Damascus. And he stood between before Saul and said, Saul, Saul, why art thou persecutest me? He said, that is too gentle for Saul. A phone call. It was like an invitation. Saul, Saul. I knew the way he spoke to Pharaoh. Say, Saul, why thou persecutest? And Saul said, who are you, Lord? Say, I am Jesus, whom thou persecuted. And he says, what should I do? And Jesus said, rise and go to this place. If I was Jesus for 1 second, and that was the area Jesus said I should want to. When he said that I don't want to ask Jesus, just also you ask Jesus for me within that period. I will say, Saul, this is the last time you are going to say anything. You will be blind forever. You will seek food. I won't cause a land because as I remember the people he killed, making choice out of ignorance. You see, people that make choice ignorantly may be punished, but their punishment is not as heavy as someone that made choice knowingly. You know the consequences, and you say, this is what I will do. And God will begin to look at how we make choice, deliberately making wrong choice, after He gave us options of what we are doing is wrong, and we went into it like that. You say you are not valuable before me because you know what you are. I will show us a scripture. I want us to go together. It's a surprising scripture, but we need to read it. The book of Luke chapter 12, verse 47 to 48. Let somebody hear us. Luke 12. Luke 12. Verse 47 to 48.
And that servant, which knew the Lord's will.
Can you see that? Which what?
Knew the Lord's will.
The Lord's will. He knows the will of God. Okay, go ahead, man.
And prepared not himself.
And prepared not himself.
Neither did according to his will.
Neither did according to that knowledge.
Shall be beaten with many stripes.
How will they beat him, sir?
Many stripes.
How many stripes?
Many
You see,
stripes.
many is not mentioned there. Many can be everlasting stripes. But they say this guy, when they come to punishment, his punishment shall be many. Go ahead, man.
But he that knew not,
But he that knew not,
and did commit things
he didn't know, ignorance,
worthy of stripes,
and did commit things like the other man.
shall be beaten with few stripes.
So why do you think that Paul was blind immediately? You see, it was the same blindness that causes the thorn in the flesh he was talking about. His eyes were opened, but the touch of that light never healed. So when he was speaking later, he said that there was a thorn in my flesh, the messenger of Satan to buffet me. He said, and 3 times I besought the Lord that I should take it away from me. And the Lord said, no, my grace is sufficient. What was the thorn? According to scholars, they said each time Paul blinked his eye, it's like there is a sharp object. So if you blink 10 times in a day, 10 times he will feel pain in his eyes till he died. And Christ said, I can't remove it. Because you did things that is worthy of stripes, but you didn't know. We are going to beat you with few stripes. You can bear this one. And look at what Jesus said. Say, my grace is what? Nípa ẹ̀gbà yẹn rẹ̀, ṣùgbọ́n orí ọ̀fẹ́ mi yóò ràn lọ́wọ́ àti jẹ̀gbà yẹn. Hallelujah. So if I were Jesus and I was opening that chapter, you see where I would have failed. I would have failed here because I don't understand the principles of ignorance. The Bible says the time of ignorance, God winked at. Now commanded all men to repent. Choice. Our choice is important. People don't become wicked because they gave birth to them. They become wicked because they choose to be wicked. People don't become nice. They choose to be nice. Can you see your choices now? And God respects how you choose things. Look at it, it is open. If you say you are not reading the scripture, you will open your TV. Once or twice, the preacher will tell you, this is wrong, this is right. You can't escape it. If your area is like my area, that we have about 2-3 morning criers every morning. They will stand beside your window and announce you will go to full-time hearing if you don't have full-time singing. So how will you escape? And with all those names, you still went ahead to choose wickedness. And God said, your choice is having problem. And because of the nature of how you choose things, you cannot be valuable before me. Choice. Remember Joseph? If you look at the scenario around Joseph and his rising, when his brother came, they expected him to punish them. After he revealed himself to them, they went to him after the death of their father, and they still lied. See, Daddy said, after he has died, that you should not punish us for what we did. He said so. Let me shake it. Did that? He said so. I shouldn't. And God says, why? The way Joseph chooses right over the wrong was too big. He said, no. It was God that sent me ahead to come and help you. Come and give me a hug. And as they were hugging me, they are using her to talk to themselves. Say, she will go there. Check outside here. They were not sure. Can you see why God will always prosper Joseph? Even while he was in Egypt, strange land, God prospered him. What? Choices. When he became the minister of Egypt, I feel the first place he would have gone to Potiphar's house. Yes. Excuse me, Joseph was in charge of the whole Egypt. The Bible said that Pharaoh said, no man should raise finger unless he speak. The only place I see your Joseph is on the throne. How about Potiphar is a small boy to Joseph. Just go to Potiphar's front and they'll say, may God call Potiphar and his wife. Stand up. Do you remember me? And I feel how Potiphar will just meet immediately. My Lord, my Lord. Threw me into the prison. You didn't even ask me. I beg the Lord. Excuse me, he had the right. Anyone he killed is dead. But you know he didn't visit Potiphar. Potiphar might visit him. He said, forget. If I didn't go to the prison, I would not be here. Let's move on. Choices. But there are some of us, we are going to put it in our diary. April 15, 2020, 11 a.m. in the morning, around Challenge Boston, and I met Rotus. I greeted you with all of my heart. He used left hand. You now write left hand 2 times. I'm now underlining left hand, underline to push you away. And I said, why? And he said, get out. Your get out will not be like get out. You write get out. Now, what are you trying to emphasize? You are emphasizing that a point in future you will do the same thing. Even if the team want to leave you, you have a record that don't leave me. We have a score to settle. Your choice is bad. If you can choose to remember evil, why not choose to forget it? Oh, they hurt me. Then choose to forgive. Those are the things that God looks down and say, who is it that have a clean heart? Say, we are saved from the trouble. Let's take the last one. I'm not sure I'll be able to run everything over because I tell you one or two things that the last one. The last one. Good heart and choice. You know, we are talking about what makes men to be valuable to God. We look at assignments that God gives. We look at our choice. The way you make choices makes you valuable. So God look at you and say, look, I love your choice. And that was what he told Abraham. He said, he will command. Abraham has not commanded yet. He said, he will command his family after me. So there were some things Abraham has been commanding that God knew that he commanded them well. You look at your choices. Some of us, we are weak choice maker. When you make choice now, once you discuss that choice with your friend will just confuse you. You have changed your choice. You can't stand it. This thing does not make God overvalue us. The last one, good